It's a new season, it's 2024, and whilst there's a number of familiar returning classes for this year's Wera Tours British Kart Championships, it's great to welcome this weekend the Tillotson T4 class for their qualifier ahead of the T4 Nations Cup in Valencia later on in the autumn. This weekend here at PF International, we're going to take a closer look at this new class for the British Kart Championships that's been running in some capacity since around 2010 when Tillotson first started their engine building business. Let's catch up with the guys here at Tillotson to see what it's all about. Well, we're here down in the Tillotson T4 part of the paddock here this weekend at PF with Mark French and Andrew Fallon, two of the gurus of Tillotson racing. Mark, Andrew, great to have you here. What's it like to be here at PF?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Thanks very much to Motorsport UK for having us here and for having the T4 series at our first T4 UK Cup. So great to be here. Obviously in PFI, it's been beautiful weather for the week, and it's been a lot of work. 5 years to get to this point to race with Motorsport UK. So yeah, we're happy. All the drivers are happy, and we have a good turnout.
Andrew, the ethos of Tillotson T4 racing, what's it all about?
You know, it's all about fun, fair, affordable racing. You know, it's like Mark said, we've come a long way to be racing here, and you know the progress we've made, and Motorsport UK recognise us now as the right platform for their karting pathway to bring drivers into owner-driver racing. And you know, the ethos is everyone's on the same level, same kart, same material, and it's affordable and it's fun. You know, so I think that's the thing that they recognise, and you know, across the world it's growing so fast, and it's exciting for us to see the progress made in UK, and we're looking forward to the future.
And looking forward to the rest of the year as well. We've got this event here this weekend at PF. We've got another qualifier for the juniors at Wilton Mill later in the year, and then ultimately drivers doing well this weekend go on to racing at Lucas Guerrero Autodromo in later in the year for the Nations Cup. For those not aware of the Nations Cup, what's that kind of like as an event?
Yeah, that's it exactly. It's everything. All roads lead to the Nations Cup. So we have lots of series globally, maybe 30 different regions now where T4 series is active. So as you said, this weekend here we have a T4 Senior. At Wilton Mill at the next race we're going to have T4 Senior and T4 Junior. So yeah, this weekend was a little too early for the juniors to arrive, and yeah, we have 3 places. There's 3 tickets to the Nations Cup. So as I said, all the regions, everyone's racing for those golden tickets to the Nations Cup, and that's the 5th to the 8th of September this year in Lucas Guerrero. This will be our 3rd year in Spain, Lucas Guerrero, so it's grown quite quickly, the event. Last year we had 170 odd drivers from 26 or 27 different countries, and the plan this year is to have 192 drivers from as many nations as wish to enter. So yeah, it's an exciting event. It's a 4-day, 5-day event in Spain, and it's kind of what everyone races for to get there. I think with our partners for the series, Max's Racing, we have quite a big sponsorship package which we use for tickets allocation. So you know, there's a lot of prizes and a lot of value of prizes distributed globally to bring the drivers to the Nations Cup. So it's a great incentive for our driver base, and you know, for a grassroots category and an entry-level category to have an opportunity to come to an international style event. It's a unique thing for the drivers.
I definitely look forward to the racing here this weekend and for the rest of the year. Guys, thanks for being here. It's fantastic to have you here, and best of luck for the weekend. Here in the paddock again with Anwar Barul-Smith. Anwar, great to see you, mate. Good to see you back in the kart again. Tillotson T4, tell us a little bit about it from a driver's perspective, the materials you've got here this weekend. What's it like to drive?
So it's a great little package, to be honest. So as you know, I've done quite a lot of karting across the years and dabbled in pretty much everything there is to offer. And but I've always had sort of like a basis in trying to save money, like most people. And the fact that this is a great sort of level playing field class with 4-stroke machinery just keeps the cost down. And I'll tell you what, the racing's really, really good. So I mean, as far as the kit goes, it's all the same chassis, all the same engines. The engine parity is bang on point. You know, you can go a good 30-40 hours on a motor before it really needs to be changed out, and actually changing out is cheaper than doing an engine rebuild. But as a class, the whole ethos is about just everyone sort of working together and just having fun, you know. And I think some some people tend to forget, like, you're spending a lot of money to come and do racing. You know, you've got to enjoy it for the amount of money that you spend. And I think doing this on such a low cost and being so competitive with some good drivers and some good karts, you know, good engine parity and having a laugh is, I think, more important than anything at the end of the day. So, you know, as a piece of kit, the chassis itself is actually based on a Praga chassis, which Tillotson then branded as their own and taken as their own product. It's been developed in hand with them, with the 4-stroke engine designed around the centre of it. The engine itself puts out, you know, a decent amount of horsepower as well, around 15 horsepower. Lap times are comparable to what we see with the BPEC Pro karts. But the fact that it's quite a nice little light outfit as well, you know, it's quite light and nimble, but the weight limit of the class allows for slightly maybe sort of taller or heavier drivers to get involved as well without having to worry about giving too much away on weight. We use the Maxi Sport tyre as well, which has got good grip, but also good longevity. I think, you know, there's a lot of classes now that are starting to move to that kind of ethos. We also limit the amount of tyres that we can use in a season, so a maximum of 2 sets per season. So as you can see, everything that the class is about making it accessible to people coming out of that rental karting scene perhaps, or maybe someone like myself who's been away from karting for a while and wants to come back and try something new, and being able to get it on, you know, in at the ground level, hit the ground running and be competitive from the out. And it's a great class, honestly, and we've got a strong grid this weekend. Hopefully we'll put on a good show and hopefully get more people interested, and, you know, obviously it all builds to that Nations Cup, that Valencia event at the end of the year, which is just a fantastic event as well.
And you mentioned there, in terms of the karting pathway, you've done a lot of racing, lots of success in Club 100 over the years. For anyone perhaps at that level now looking his way in, why should they perhaps choose Tillotson T4 over others?
I think, without meaning to repeat myself, all the things I just said are like the best arguments for it. Like, you know, that if you're looking for that pathway to sort of experience something a bit different, like you've come through racing, you've got yourself involved in karting, you've got yourself involved in competitive karting at a good level, and you think to yourself, okay, I want to try like the next step from rental karting, you know, from your Club 100s or your BIKC, things like that. This is just the perfect stepping stone for that, you know. And don't get me wrong, like the 2-stroke classes are fantastic. X30, TKM, Rotax, all brilliant, and I've driven all of them, they're fantastic. I think the issue is that the amount of money it is to be competitive when you want to get in at any level, whether it's club level or this level of British champs, and also the knowledge that you need, you know. Like, that's the thing that people always tend to forget. Like, it's all very well like going and buying like the best motor, but also it's about knowing what to do with it and knowing how to set the car up and all the little nuances of the class. And people don't tend, I mean, I hate to say it, people don't tend to share information when it comes to that sort of level. Whereas you can see here, everyone's in the same awning, we all work together, we share tools, we share experiences, we share a laugh, and no one hides sprockets or gearings from everyone. We all share it because we want it all to be about the racing and all about, you know, the fleshy bit that sits behind the wheel rather than the lump of metal that sits beside you. So I think for someone who's looking to come out of those classes, this is the best way to get involved in something where they can hit the ground running, have an environment around them where they can learn, but also not just learn the basics, but actually learn everything, you know, and get to a point where they can be competitive. And we've had people turn up on rental karts, you know, that have done sort of like hire karts of these that have done, you know, maybe 20 odd hours, and people turn up on brand new karts and the results are the same. So, you know, for me, that's the best advert that I could give. You know, if you're ready to take that step and you want to own and run your own kart, it has to be something like this. You know, otherwise you run that risk of just pumping, you know, sort of good money after bad, so to speak. So yeah.
Well, brilliant insights as ever, Anwar. Best of luck for this weekend. I know you'll give it your all, and we'll catch you out on the track later.
That's great. Thanks, mate. Take care. Thank you.
Here with Ellen Donnelly, all the way from Cork in Ireland. Ellen, great to see you here at PF International. Racing here in Tillotson this weekend. What's it all about?
Well, I've been racing in T4 now for 2 years in Ireland. I've never raced in the UK yet, so I'm really excited. We did the Nations Cup last year in Spain, so that was kind of my first bit of taste of international racing. So I'm really excited for today and tomorrow, and hopefully it all goes well.
What's it like to come to a place with so much history here at PF and share the track with some great drivers over the years?
I've honestly this is like a dream track for me. I've raced on the sim in COVID, and like I think I've watched like hundreds of races here, so honestly I'm so excited, and I just think it's so amazing. There's so many Irish here this weekend, so it's kind of like home away from home at this stage.
And qualify this weekend for the Nations Cup. What's going to be the key for getting one of those tickets to Valencia, do you think?
I think some of the Irish just have to work together this weekend, because in Valencia we kind of struggled with that a little bit because we're not really used to it at home. We do qualifying for regionals, but we weren't really too confident in it. So hopefully this weekend now, and just stay out of trouble and just try and have a bit of luck, hopefully.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for the time, Ellen, talking to us, and best luck for the weekend.
Thank you so much. See you.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, do click that like button. If you want to see more content like this from the Wera Tours British Kart Championships, then hit that subscribe button as well.